Two critical bills have been reintroduced in the House. They are aimed at securing our borders. One would immediately suspend the controversial refugee resettlement program in this country. The other bill would halt foreign aid and travel visas to any country that refuses to take back their citizens if they are deported from the United States. Both bills have been sitting in committee since 2015. Joining us now, the sponsor of both of those measures, Congressman Brian Babin. He serves on the House Transportation and Infrastructure Committee. Great to have you with us, Congressman.
Great to be with you, Lou.
Before we get to the bills and their disposition, what's going on with the damn picture?
That is a disgrace. You know, this is. Most of us in our offices have art contests each year. We hang the winners in the Capitol. Unfortunately, one of our colleagues on the other side of the aisle has hung up a painting which I think is very, very divisive, very defamatory towards the law enforcement officers, our men and women in blue, and it's hanging just yards down the hall from a Capitol Police checkpoint Where these police actually they guard us as congressmen, including the congressman that hung this up, and would take a bullet for him, and they are portrayed as pigs in this painting. It's a disgrace, and it should be taken down. It is against the rules of the House.
You're talking about Congressman Clay of Missouri. You're talking about a picture that depicts law enforcement, an officer as a pig.
That's right.
I know Duncan Hunter, I know that I know that Rohrbacher, a number of you have taken this thing down after Congressman Clay insists that it be put up, which is his right. But to give you some sense of the emotion around this, these are some of the comments that I'm getting on Twitter. Let me turn to this thing. It's like these things are coming in pretty fast. Saying, take down the damn painting, take it to the Pentagon shooting range. And I mean, you get the idea. They've had a belly full of this. Why should something so offensive be up in the Capitol?
Well, it's against the House rules. I think
so where's Speaker Ryan? Why isn't he arbitrating?
I talked to the Speaker today about it at lunchtime, and we are making moves to have that removed. It is against protocols, against House rules. It is defamatory. It is controversial and political. It should not be up hanging where it is.
Yeah, it's awful. And
that's right.
And I can't even imagine what the congressman is thinking. Let's turn to another thing. I can't imagine why your bills aren't even being taken up with a vote. I mean, why isn't the Congress of the United States responding to the two bills? Because they make every sense. They would secure the nation. They would fix what is a gaping vulnerability in our homeland defense.
There's no question about it. The Resettlement Act, the Refugee Act is nothing but a Trojan horse. We've seen over and over again. Innocent Americans are being killed and hurt. Our allies in Western Europe, the same thing. Tens of thousands of illegal criminal aliens are being released upon the streets to roam at will, and their native countries will not repatriate them. And these two bills, one will pause the refugee program until we can vet them properly. The second one would put some teeth in the law so that we can take away their visa programs, these countries that refuse to repatriate their criminal citizens, and also cut off their foreign aid. It's a no-brainer, Lou. It needs to be passed.
Let's talk about a couple of powerful Texans there with you. Brady. What does he say? Can't you find some help there? Even the Speaker. Come on.
Well, hey, Lou, we have a sea change in the political scene up here since the election of Donald J. Trump. He has been talking about these for the last 6 months. last year as he was running.
Right.
And I'm telling you, I reintroduced these bills, and I expect that if they don't get into law in some form or fashion, I'll be very greatly surprised. I'm getting a lot of co-sponsors on, even Democrats, that have signed on to one or the other one. And we're going to get this thing, we'll get it through. I think we're going to. I think Mr. Trump is going to help push this agenda, and the House will as well. I've spoken with the leadership, and I'm getting some cooperation.
All right.
That's right. I sure am, Lou.
Congressman Brian Babin, great to have you here. Thanks so much.
Great to be with you.
Appreciate it.